a nice change from him. He didn't get too slow off the ground. He just jumped higher, which was good. Made a nice shape. Keep a little bit more leg in that last stride or so in front of the jump. We'll see if maybe a more powerful canter produces a better jump or whether he just gets flat. Back to the walk. That was either a really smart ride or verging on being disastrous. It was either really smart and you were thinking, okay, there's a medium distance, I'm going to collect and then ride forward, or you were on the verge of adding a whole extra stride. Which one was it? Was it really good or was it verging on disaster? Because it worked. It worked, but I also see people, they're like, oh, let's see it. Oh, there it is. And so sometimes like that was either a really good ride or not. You have a pretty good eye though. I always thought that you were pretty accurate. I think I remember that guy who jumped a little bit bigger one day, and as he jumped quite a little bit bigger, the accuracy was maybe not quite as. Yeah, absolutely. And I thought that was a nice one there. Jump rope. You got 2 holes for that up there, please, and 1 hole with a green mark down this the last jump, no. The first 2 jumps, yes. And making sure that there's enough space to warrant that extra leg fill. And that's where the last stride was such a huge stride because you gave him the extra space to be able to add the leg and have him toss it almost together. Why don't you do rightly green wall? Lefty, ivy, the white opposite. Yeah, it's a pretty comfortable 5. Just as comparison, this 5 would ride a couple of feet shorter than the outside 5 over there. So I think the first time, maybe you should be fairly direct just to ensure that you get the 5. So right lead single, right lead green, and then left lead, trying to angle the ivy across a little bit towards me, and then nice and direct to that 5 on the first time. the only worry that I have. Is that sometimes he gets that little bit tense, drags you on down to the jump, gets to the base of the jump, and then stalls. And that's like an extreme example of that. They had maybe a little bit too much over the first part, and driving backwards the whole way down to the line. And then he gets too deep, it's right down the base.
This is good.
It's done.
Yeah.
We don't have a short little crop here somewhere.
Crop.
Good luck.
Hit the start button.
Start from the beginning again.
Yeah, our last cross country was a little ugly.
Yeah, I can imagine him doing that. Probably more in this situation than say cross country, because cross country you are allowed to have quite a bit of momentum and quite a big stride. And here I can imagine getting the 5 stride out and making that little quickening move. Good. When you're having that issue, you always, in fact, actually just come back in here again and just stand for a second. You want to make sure that you're giving a very clear path forward. So make sure that as you're dealing with that whole issue, that you keep your body quite far forward. When he does go forward, you just can't afford the possibility of making contact with his mouth. Because, and that happens a lot, but when the horses go forward, then the riders kind of get caught behind a little bit, then the horses will feel like they're being punished going forward as well. If you can, use a bit of an encouraging tap on the shoulder and see if that's enough. Before you actually go to hitting it behind the leg. So, walk off now, see if you can give them that clear path forward. You're not totally out of the way yet. It's just when you go to pick up the reins, you could stall again. Maybe a good reason to try to do the transition into the trot really before you pick up the reins. Yeah, good. Now pretty much you can do anything you want with these. Once you get that forward movement, it's pretty hard for them to fall back behind you. When Jackie was going earlier, she did this line one time, and of course it kind of took over a little bit before she came back the next time and did 6. And I was nice to her, and I said, well, I suppose this over-correction is better than an under-correction. And I don't know that I entirely say for a horse like this, it's a bit of a dramatic force anyway. So I know that the top of the shoulder here